The first 2022 Outstanding Athlete Award goes to Nick Bergamato, a baseball player from Caldwell High School. Last spring, Nick batted .449 with 40 hits and 32 RBIs. Bergamato was selected second team All-Group 2 and first team All-Liberty Division as a junior. Good luck during 2022. For girls basketball, Taylor Thomas from Montclair Immaculate. Arguably the best true big in the state, Thomas was a part of a historic Montclair Immaculate team that was ranked in the top 10 all season long. She had monster double-doubles all season long, including a 32-point, 18-rebound performance against University in the Essex County Tournament Championship game. Thomas averaged 17.2 points and 13.1 rebounds per game. Taylor was selected second-team All-State by NJ.com and the Star-Ledger. From boys basketball, Zamorian Singleton of Newark Central High School. Singleton led Central, the North Jersey Section 2 champs. He always got to the rim, made mid-range shots for the Blue Devils. Before every big game, Coach tells me big-time players show up in big-time games. Zamorian was selected first-team All-Group 2 by the NJ.com and Star-Ledger and averaged 14.1 points and 9.6 rebounds per game. From girls cross country, Emma Friedrich from Columbia High School. Columbia High School junior Emma Friedrich captured the girls' individual title at the Essex County Championships on October 29th at Brookdale Park in Bloomfield. Friedrich ran a school record 18 minutes, 39.4 seconds to finish first overall among the 111 finishers in the girls' 5K race. She is the first CHS girls cross-country runner to win the Essex County girls title since Melissa David in 2008. The CHS girls team finished fifth in the girls team standings among the 15 schools. Montclair won the girls team title. In boys cross-country, Zachary Lou Walter from Milburn High School. With numerous cross-country honors, Zachary maintains a 4.1 GPA and served as captain of his cross-country team. He was selected as a NJSIAA Scholar Athlete and was a two-time MVP of Milburn's cross-country team and holder of the school 800-meter and triple jump records. Zachary will attend Williams College in the fall. From girls fencing, Lindsay Miner of Columbia High School. Columbia spent plenty of time in the top 10 this season and made a run to the team tournament championship match. Miner led the way at Epé with a regular season record of 24-2. Lindsay also finished third in Epé at state individuals. With 1 year left, Miner should keep Columbia near the top of the state. From boys fencing, Andrew Dang from Newark Academy. The Sabre squad for Newark Academy was clearly the best in the state. It was on display during the state squad championships as the Minutemen went 27-1. Dang was a huge part of the success over the course of the season. He finished 26-6 during his sophomore campaign, finishing second in state individuals, and went undefeated during the run to the squad title. Also from boys fencing, Michael Pio of Newark Academy. Pio provided leadership for Newark Academy in and out of competition. As a co-captain of the state championship team, Pio finished 28-3 during the regular season and only got better in the postseason. Pio finished second overall in the state individual championships to close out an impressive career. For girls field hockey, Gianna Purro of West Essex High School. Purro is one of those defensive players you just hate to compete against. It's not too often she doesn't win a one-on-one battle for the ball. All of that defensive skill comes with an offensive punch. She finished her senior season with 26 goals and 30 assists. Both were second most on the team. Gianna was selected first team All-State by NJ.com. Also from girls field hockey, Kate Lutz of West Essex High School. Lutz reached a significant personal milestone this year and helped lead West Essex to the Tournament of Champions. Her 52 goals pushed her past 100 on her career and she added 34 assists. She hit the back of the cage in 13 of her final 15 games. Lutz either scored or picked up an assist on 53.75% of West Essex's goals on the season. For football, Damon Phillips of East Orange Campus High School. This jolt of electricity was a steady chain mover who also possessed the ability to get East Orange fans out of their seats numerous times in a game. Phillips rushed 205 times for 1,931 yards and 20 touchdowns, and also caught 10 passes from Ray Oliver for 233 yards and 4 scores to help lead the Jaguars to a 13-0 finish and win the North Group 5 regional title. Damon was selected second All-State by the NJ.com and the Star-Ledger. Also for football, Justin Evans Jenkins from Irvington High School. Evans Jenkins not only stamped a reputation as a hard-working two-way lineman, but also one who was harder to contain in the fourth quarter than he was in the first. Irvington amassed over 3,500 offensive yards through his tireless work up front, and he anchored a defense that allowed just 145 points all season. The Nebraska commit recorded 85.5 tackles, 14.5 sacks, and 20.5 tackles for losses to steer the Blue Knights to the North Group 4 Regional Championship. Also from football, Kyle Lewis of East Orange Campus High School. Lewis was in the midst of a remarkable season when he sustained an elbow injury on October 16th against Pope John that would have sidelined most athletes for the remainder of the year. Lewis sat exactly one game, then returned with only one good arm, but with his big heart and fierce will fully intact. Lewis racked up 49 tackles over his last 4 games to help the Jaguars finish 13-0 and claim the North Group 5 Regional Championship. The Pittsburgh commit closed out the season with 118 tackles, including a whopping 32 for losses, to lead a defense that yielded only 100 points all season and orchestrated 5 shutouts. From football, Chris Corbo of West Essex High School. Corbo is such a talented receiver that he practically turned an avowed run-oriented wing T program into a passing offense. He made 32 receptions for 459 yards and 5 touchdowns this season and had 42 for 629 yards the past 2 years. As a defender, Corbo shut down passing and ground-oriented offenses with equal success. He produced 111 tackles and recorded 4 interceptions this season for the 9-3 Knights. He is committed to Dartmouth. From football, Nick Conforti of Seton Hall Prep. The Yale commit both generated points with his surge right foot and made that process tough for opponents with his ability to boot the ball into the end zone and punt the Pirates out of trouble. Conforti punted 28 times for 42.2 average yards and knocked 41 of his 62 kickoffs into the end zone for touchbacks. He was 41 of 43 on point-after attempts and 4 of 9 on field goal attempts with a long of 30 yards. For boys lacrosse, David Whalen of Seton Hall Prep. Whalen's outstanding footwork and strategical sense helped minimize shooting angles for opposing attackmen, and his size and strength made it extremely difficult for those playmakers to overpower him. Through Whalen's steady leadership, Seton Hall Prep yielded just 4.4 goals per game on its way to a 12-3 season. He is committed to Bucknell. David was selected third-team All-State by the NJ.com and Star-Ledger. For girls soccer, Molly Brumbach of Montclair High School. Brumbach missed time to start the season, but when she came back into the lineup, she was lights out for Montclair. Nothing proved that more than a 3-game stretch in which Montclair held its opponents scoreless. Brumbach anchored a defensive effort that did not crack for 300 minutes in those draws. The senior's height and arm length made her tough to beat the last 4 years. Brumbach could get to any shot and made it hard for teams to score. The senior missed the first 3 weeks and still ended the year with 9 shutouts. Brumback had her best game of the year against West Orange, making 10 saves and a 1-0 win. She was selected first team All-State. For boys soccer, Edward Dolgov of Seton Hall Prep. Dolgov thrived as a true number 6 for Seton Hall Prep this season, helping the Pirates control the play in the middle third while shutting down some of the best attacking players in Essex County and beyond. Seton Hall Prep conceded just 6 goals all season, thanks to its sensational back four, but Dolgov's ability to set the tone as a defensive center middle fielder was a big reason for that success as well. For boys soccer, Ari Rosu from West Orange High School. Rosu is a first-team All-State defender for the second straight season and was, without question, the top defensive player in New Jersey this year. Rosu did just about everything for a strong West Orange team this season. He was great in defense, smart with the ball, and clinical with his clearances, but he was also an asset on the attack. Rosu took nearly every dangerous set piece for the Mountaineers, and his long throw-ins proved to be a vital source of offense too. He finished with 11 goals and 25 assists for West Orange. For boys soccer, Zayden James of Seton Hall Prep. James shifted between both outside back positions for Seton Hall Prep, and he was a shutdown defender on their side. James played a big role on the Pirates' legendary back line that allowed just 6 goals all season, and he embraced the role of facing some of the state's best attacking players. James was effective in joining the attack too, with 1 goal, which came in overtime on opening day, and 4 assists for top-ranked Seton Hall Prep. Zayden was selected first team All-State by the NJ.com and the Star Ledger. For softball, Sophia Kislowski of Mount St. Dominic. Semi-skilled was a dual threat, both in the circle and the batter's box. As the ace for Mount St. Dominic, Kislowski allowed 25 earned runs and 95 hits in 133 innings while striking out 185 batters. At the plate, she was arguably more dangerous with a .415 batting average with 52 RBIs, 16 runs, 14 extra base hits, and 20 walks. In 2021, Sophia was elected first team All-State by NJ.com and the Star Ledger as a utility player. For girls swimming, Ella Habjan from Montclair High School. Habjan won the Super Essex Conference in the 100 back impressively. She also tallied a second-place finish in the event against Westfield in the postseason, just .24 seconds behind Claire Logan, who broke the MOC record in the 100 back. Habjan fought for wins in 9 different events this year and showed to be one of the best swimmers in North Jersey. For her efforts, Ella was selected third team All-State by NJ.com and the Star Ledger. For boys swimming, Finn Coogan Russell from Caldwell High School. Coogan Russell was a bright spot for Caldwell this season. He won the SEC meet in the 50 free and 100 fly for the Chiefs and placed third in the 50 at the Meet of Champions with a 21.01 clip. Finn was selected third team All-State by NJ.com and the Star Ledger. For girls tennis, Sanaya Sinkar and Olivia Lee from Milburn High School in tennis doubles. Milburn always seems to churn out solid doubles duos, and these two just add to the list. Sinkar and Lee made the NJSIAA State Doubles Tournament semifinals. They suffered just 2 losses on the year, with 1 in the state semis to the eventual runners-up in a 3-set marathon. For girls track, Kia Lawson from Montclair High School. Lawson competed in 5 200 events, which is more than most because it's not a natural indoor track event. She took first in 4 of the 5, including the 25.02 at the Meet of Champions and a personal record 24.38 at the Garden State Invitational. The senior hovered around the 25-second mark in all 5 runs, with 25.27 being the slowest of the bunch. She was also 6th in the Meet of Champions in the 55 and 4th in the 400. Kia was selected first team All-State by NJ.com and the Star Ledger. From boys track, Makai Green of West Orange High School. New Jersey high school indoor track made a return in full for the 2021-2022 campaign. Mackay is a two-sport athlete known as a wide receiver in football and a track star. Green placed third in state competition and was selected third team All-State by NJ.com and the Star Ledger. From girls volleyball, Patricia Rakova from Verona High School. Replacing a conference player of the year is never an easy task for a team looking to repeat as sectional champions. Fortunately for Verona, they have the SEC player of the year on the roster. Patricia Rakova racked up an impressive 106 kills as a sophomore. She came back with another impressive year and was selected first team All Group 1 by NJ.com and the Star Ledger. For girls wrestling, Kira Pimpkins of Bloomfield High School. Bloomfield's Kira Pimpkins has made her acrobatic celebration a yearly tradition at the NJSIAA State Championships. The junior went head over heels for the third year in a row after winning her third state title with a 3-1 decision over Delran's Kayla Roscos in the 120-pound final. The win means Pimpkins is still on track to become New Jersey's first 4-time state champion in girls wrestling. She moved one step closer to that goal with another championship celebration at Phillipsburg High School. Also in girls wrestling, Gianna Farura from Bloomfield High School. When Gianna Farura of Bloomfield defeated New Brunswick's Curly Borbor in the 235-pound final of the North Region, it never occurred to her that it couldn't have been any closer. Farura won the state championship by defeating Borbor one more time, scoring a point in the final second of regulation to tie the match, and then getting the takedown in the first period of overtime with just 3 seconds remaining on the clock to win 6-4.